Have you ever had way too many tabs open on your computer or even your phone? Like you got Google Docs open, you got YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, three shopping carts that you're never going to check, and they all just kind of just sitting there. And what happens? Your computer starts lagging, your phone start going real slow, and your fan eventually kicks on. Or even with the iPhone, it'll tell you that your phone is overheating. You know what I mean? And it starts to freeze and nothing loads right. That's just not technology. That's life as well. We walk around with so many tabs open in our mind. We got old regrets. We got unfinished projects. We got grudges. We got worries, and we wonder why we can't really move forward. But today, I want to talk to you about closing tabs so you can free up space and bandwidth for what God's really trying to download into your life. So, point number one, letting go of the old tabs. I know me, I use Google Chrome, and sometimes I look at my Google Chrome and it'll have like the number 53. Like I'll have 53 different different tabs open. I'm just like, why do I have so many tabs open? Like, why do I always start a new one without closing out the old ones? First things first, Isaiah 43:18 says, and this is the NIV version, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past, see I am doing a new thing. That's God saying close the tab and stop refreshing the old heartbreaks. Stop replaying the failures in your mind. You can't see the new thing that he's trying to open if you're stuck on yesterday's page. One of the things that the enemy likes to do, he likes to frustrate you. He likes to replay failures and replay things over and over again in your mind. One analogy I always use is if you're at a restaurant and your glass is already full, the waiter will come by and she'll constantly keep checking. She'll constantly keep checking because she wants to pour. Her job is to pour something new into your cup. But until you get rid of the old, she can't pour nothing new in there. Sometimes we'll have a drink with a lot of ice and the ice will melt and the drink don't taste as good. But until you get rid of that old, you can't get the new. That's life. Like if you want to move forward and you want to progress, you have to let go of the old things. And a lot of times it's hard because it feels unfinished, or we don't feel like that chapter it has closed, or we want closure, or we may just want information. But in order to move forward and progress, you have to let those things go. That new thing is better. That new thing is better, trust me. But you can't get that until you let go of the old thing. So close your old tabs so you can get the new. Point number two, freeing space and bandwidth from anxiety. First Peter 5:7 tells us, cast your anxiety, cast all your cares on him because he cares for you. Worry is like the random app on your phone that you got open. Like I use YouTube, and I downloaded YouTube Premium. I hate ads, by the way. I downloaded YouTube Premium. Um, YouTube Premium runs in the background. So what that means is I can click a video on YouTube, shut my and close my phone, or go to another app, and that app will still be playing in the background. Sometimes that's to my disadvantage. I'll be at work and I'll have something playing on YouTube, and I'll see that my battery is dying. My battery is drained. I'm like, why is my battery dying? That's because in the background I got a YouTube video still playing, even though I'm not looking at it anymore. That's how anxiety is. Anxiety is that thing that keeps on playing over and over in your mind again, and it drains you, but it's no longer useful to you. You know, um, we have to close those tabs. Like my phone will be going super slow, super slow. And I'll be like, man, like I don't know why I understand why this stuff ain't downloading. I don't understand why I can't do this. It's because I got stuff playing that don't need to be playing anymore. It's very, very, very simple. You have to swipe up, hit that X button, and delete the old. It ties into the first one. You have to delete the old. If you hand Jesus your burdens, I promise you, your system will speed up. Right now, you feeling like you're lagging. You feel like you're going slow. You feel like it takes all your energy and all your effort just to do small, tiny things. That's because you got a lot of programs that are still running that you need to get rid of. You need to delete. Give it to God. Give it to Jesus. And I promise you, you'll speed up. And point number three is one of my favorite points. It's renewing your mind or clearing your cache. Um, Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Sometimes it's not even old tabs. Sometimes it's just junk. Old ways of thinking, lies that we believe about ourselves, or just an old philosophy or ideology that you just abide by today that has nothing to do with who you are today. It's old ways of thinking. But when God renews your mind, it does something that my grandma thinks that I'm a technology genius. My mom also thinks that I work for IT for some reason, because sometimes when the Wi-Fi ain't working. They'll be like, Lamar, the Wi-Fi ain't working, or my phone ain't acting right, or this website won't load. Sometimes all I have to do is hit the refresh button. Sometimes all I have to do is unplug that router and plug it back in. When you do that, it clears up all the dead space, all all the things that's taking up space but aren't being used. It starts it from scratch. That way your Wi-Fi router or your web browser can focus on the singular task that's supposed to be doing instead of all the other things that you have open. Sometimes you just got to hit refresh. And the beautiful thing is the renewing of your mind can be done. I know I know a lot of people say sometimes I wish I could shut my mind off. I wish I could stop thinking. Like the older you get, the more you realize your mind it plays tricks on you. But sometimes your mind is a mind of its own. It can go out, it can veer off on the course. You'll wake up hoping to be one way, and your mind will lead you somewhere else. Refresh it. Refresh it. Your mind's going to lead you back to old tabs. Your mind is going to lead you back to old things that you thought you let go of, but you never really shut. You never really shut down. It needs a refreshing, and I'm here to tell you that Jesus is the way. He can renew your mind. I promise you that. You need a refreshing. You need to be unplugged and plugged back in again. Trust me. And point number 4, this one's personal to me, is finishing what you start. James 1:4 says, let perseverance finish its work, so you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Some of us got old tabs that are still open, and it's really unfinished business. It's good to close out everything, but sometimes when you go back and look, you be like, man, I never started that. Or it could be something as simple as a job application that you didn't complete, or an assignment that or a book that you were supposed to write, or a class you were supposed to finish, or an apology that you never made. Each one of those things slows you down. Either complete it or close it. Don't let it drain your bandwidth. Don't let it drain your energy. Okay? Either complete it or close it. Complete it or close it. But don't let it drain you when it's just sitting there being useless. Either do something with it or delete it. Point number 5, making space for God's upgrade. Luke 5:37 says, no one pours new wine into old wineskins. Translation, you cannot get an upgrade if you don't make the space. God's trying to pour blessings into your life, but your storage is full. I just went to my grandma's house the other day, and my grandma, every time I come, she said, baby, can you take a look at my phone for me? It's an emergency always when it's, can you please take a look at my phone for me? I can't take no more pictures. I can't get no more pictures. Her storage is full. My grandma ignores the message that constantly comes up and says, hey, you're out of storage. If you want more storage, for 99 cents, you can buy a terabyte. So you can have more storage to store more photos. She always ignores that. After a while, you're going to be full, and you can no longer take pictures. You can no longer download apps. I remember at one point in time, I couldn't even receive text messages because I didn't even have enough, Lord have mercy, this is revelation. I didn't even have enough space to receive anything. What in life are you praying for, but you don't have the space to receive because you're still full of the old stuff that you need to delete? Like, I remember back in the day with iPhone, there was always the theory that iPhone slows down whenever the new one comes out. But a lot of times what happened is that we need to update our old iPhone with the new software, with the new Apple upgrade. But a lot of times we don't upgrade, so we'll have this old software, and the old software is not compatible with the new apps. So we want to download TikTok, we want to download Facebook, and as you can see, Facebook has changed a lot. Instagram has changed a lot. Twitter has changed a lot from how it was when you first used it. Now it requires more space. Everything has AI in it, so it requires more from your phone's CPU and motherboard and microchip. So you have to have more ability and more space available to use these apps or to use these programs. But if you're never deleting anything, you can't even download the new software. Some of the new programs you can't even use with the old Apple iOS. I know I'm talking nerdy tech talk, but what I'm trying to get you to understand is the same with technology, the same as with you. That new thing, that upgrade that you need, you cannot get the upgrade if you still holding on to old files. Close the tabs, That's how you prepare for the upgrade. We all need to upgrade. We all want to upgrade. You can't get it if you're still full of junk. Delete it. Delete it. You know the common misconception with iPhones is that when you delete something, it's gone. It's not gone. You even have to go to the trash can and delete it from the trash can. When you're serious about deleting something, you have to really want to delete it. Let it go. The upgrade is worth it. Trust me. The upgrade is worth it. And the last point is point number 6. Peace from a clean desktop. You know, Philippians 4:7 says, the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Jesus Christ. You know, peace is like a clean desktop, or when you finally organize the apps on your phone. There's no clutter, no noise, just focus. When you close out all the distractions, God gives you a peace that makes no sense to the world, but it's proof that your system is running smooth. Like, I remember once upon a time when I was doing photography that I had photos and folders all over my MacBook. Um, and whenever I wanted to go find something, it was the hardest thing to find, just to find a simple, somebody would come and say, hey, can you resend those photos? I lost them. And it would be so hard for me to find because my desktop was so cluttered. You know, if you stay organized and you delete things that you don't need, it's easier to get to what you need to get to. And that forms a sense of peace. And it's a smooth running system. The things you don't need, let go of them. And I'm going to tell you what you don't need in your life. Sin. You don't need it. It does not help you. It does not help you at all. It only slows you down. It only lags you. Just like certain websites. Now, if you notice, if you're going to try to go on certain websites, it'll set you an alarm. It'll say, hey, this website right here is not protected. If you want to move forward, you have to say yes that you want to move forward, because it's letting you know, like, hey, if you get on this website, whenever you get off of this website, you still are liable to have things from this website, viruses that will attach to you. That's like spirits. Like when you indulging in things you shouldn't be indulging with, and then you wonder why you keep going back to it. You have things attached to you that shouldn't be attached to you because you was in a place that you shouldn't be. Stay clean. Delete things you don't supposed to delete, and don't go where you don't supposed to go. Stay clean. It'll give you a peace of mind. Trust me, to give you a peace of mind. And the older you get, the more you understand that a peace of mind is more valuable than anything. So here's the challenge. Take inventory. What tabs are still open in your life right now? An old worry, an old regret, an unfinished dream, a grudge, anger, bitterness. Don't let it just run in your background. Close it out, because the speed that you're praying for, the upgrade that you're waiting on, is already available. You just need the bandwidth and the space in order to download it. So close out the tabs and let God load the next page of your life. A lot of times we really want to do better. We just don't know how to do better. Or there's so many things that we want to do, we just don't know how to do. We've been trying so many different ways and so many different things. And you can only do good for so long with your own thinking and your own understanding. I guess the point of what I'm saying is if you're a part of this religion, Christianity, and believe that Jesus died for you, then your thinking has to leave. You have to replace your thinking with the thinking of Christ. And you can't do that unless you're reading the word. And reading the word ain't enough. Like Jesus said, some things only come through prayer and fasting. You have to fast. And it don't just have to be from food. Fast from social media sometimes. Stop waking up in the morning and the first thing you want to do is pick up your phone and stay on your phone all day. Fast away from the TV shows that's not pouring anything positive into you. Fast away from friends and conversations that's leading you down the wrong path. You have to steal away. You have to get away sometimes and hear God. You mean to tell me that Jesus Christ came to earth and he fasted for 40 days and for 40 nights to prepare for the things he had to go through? And we don't have to prepare. We don't have to prepare. He was stronger than you. He was stronger than us. And he had to get away. He had to fast and pray. And he had to prepare. And he also had to be ministered to. You can't do this on your own. You cannot do it on your own. The word said that the angels ministered to him while he was in the desert. He needed that. He needed that. He sought out John the Baptist to get baptized. He needed that. Who are you to think that you don't need anybody and nobody can tell you anything, that you know the way and you know the route in order to reach the goals that you want to reach? You don't. You don't. Only God can do it. You have to submit your mind and submit your ways to him. What you want to do and how you want to do it is fine and dandy. If you got a heaven or hell to send yourself to, you don't. You're a part of a religion. So read the book that gives you the guidelines of how you're supposed to be and think in your religion. At least know what your God expects from you. Know what your God expects from you. Know the book tells you how to handle the situations. It tells you how to handle heartbreak. It tells you how to handle pain. It tells you how to handle situations that 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 we could never ever figure out because we're emotional and we react to things. It took Jesus to stand up and say, hey, wait a minute. You without sin cast the first stone. Before you try to kill this woman for doing what she did, are you perfect? It took Jesus to come and say, turn the other cheek. It took Jesus to say, before you bring an altar to God, make sure you get it right with your brothers and your sisters. It took Jesus to say that because we don't think that way. The point of reading the word and being part of this religion is replacing what you think, because you was born in sin and shaped in iniquity, and replacing it with what the Lord expects from us. And he'll keep you in perfect peace. If you're feeling weak, remember that the joy of the Lord is your strength. Stop trying to find strength another way. Stop trying to find peace another way. If you're looking at this, you're chosen. If you're looking at this, you're a Christian. If you're looking at this, you're not normal. You don't fit in with nobody else. Everything that everybody else doing get away with, you can't get away with it. You're not supposed to get away with it. You're not like them. You're chosen. You have to abide by these rules because God has greater for you. And more important, God expects something from you. He expects glory from your life, and he expects discipleship. He expects you to lead others to him. You're not a follower. You're a leader. You're not watching this video because you need somebody to tell you what to do. I'm just here to remind you to walk on the path forward. Walk on the path forward. I'm just here to remind you whenever you veer off the course that I'm going to say something that you heard before and it's going to resonate with you because it's already inside of you. I'm not telling you nothing new. I'm not better than you. I'm not perfect. I'm not sitting on this microphone talking to you because I got it together. I'm preaching to myself when I'm sitting right here. I'm preaching to myself. I'm trying to remind myself to close out the tabs, to stop going back to old things, to stop going back to old habits. I'm preaching to myself. I have to be the first partaker of his word. I'm preaching to me. I'm preaching to LeMar. I'm talking. I'm looking right in this camera and hoping that one day when I get down, I can click on this video and I can tell myself, get it together. Stop trying to do it your way and do it God's way. Stop trying to think your way. Stop reacting your way. Stop getting in your feelings. Stop veering off the course. Get serious and have discipline. Have discipline. And be a part of your religion if you're going to be a part of it. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Be real or be still. You can do it, man. And we're going to do this together. We're going to walk on the path forward. And I'm going to tell you the most beautiful thing about it all. God left something for us that will help us make the right decisions. And it's called the Holy Ghost. I know Halloween is coming, but I ain't talking about that kind of ghost. I ain't talking about a ghost that'll scare you. I'm talking about a ghost that will lead you, that will feed you, that will pick you up when you're down, that'll speak to you. It'll tell you right from wrong. A comforter. It ain't here to scare you. It's here to comfort you. The Holy Ghost. You can't make it without it. You can't make it without it. So stay on the path forward. Keep pushing, keep trying, keep reading. And if you sin, don't stay down in your mess. Repent. Repent and unplug yourself and plug it back in and start all over again and refresh and close out them tabs. You can do it. We're going to do it together. I promise you we're going to do it together.